Hello everybody. Today I'm so excited to come with this Sun Trine Jupiter astrology report because this is one of the most auspicious astrology transits that we will have all year. Oh, this is one of my favorites, and this is going to make September the luckiest month of all of 2023 when Sun in Virgo, the harvester, trines Jupiter in Taurus, the planet of resources and our money. This is a really positive aspect. Oh God, it feels good to say positive aspect instead of all those squares that we have been having. And this is really one of the luckiest transits in astrology. So make a wish and then wish for something even bigger. And think if you can dream bigger this month. Dream as big as you can, and maybe it could turn out even better than you can imagine. That is my mantra for the month of September. What if it turns out even better than you could have imagined? Just keep telling yourself that. And if you leave your wish down in the comments, I will send Reiki for it to come true. I love sending distance Reiki for people's wishes. It's so much easier for me to manifest something for you. I teach this in my Reiki 2 class where we all send distance Reiki for each other's things that we want to manifest. And when I send distance Reiki to your wish, I am not at all attached to the outcome. If you get your wish, great. If you don't get your wish, I'm okay. Whereas when we send Reiki for our own wishes and our own manifestations, we get really attached. I want it to look like this. I want it to be just like that. And I will say, as you are trying to manifest something with this really positive Sun trine Jupiter, just try not to get attached to the outcome. It could show up for you differently. It might not show up for you this week. It might take 3 years to come. But just imagine that you're putting your wish in a pink bubble and you're just sending that bubble out into the universe to come true. And don't get too hung up in how it shows up. It could show up in a totally different way. And this is particularly true, I think, for love and money and maybe your dream house. All of those things that we want to manifest, we want to control the outcome. You got to let go of the outcome and let it show up, because maybe it's going to come even better than you could have possibly imagined. So let me know if you have any good ways of manifesting things, because this is a manifesting transit. We can all help each other out by leaving in the comments the best ways that you know how to manifest. I'd love to know. And I want to teach you a way that I like to manifest. And I like to just ask, believe, and receive. And just try believing that what you want is already here. And what would it feel like if you had the thing, right? As if it's already happened. And get into that receiving mode. Allow it to show up in whatever form it takes, and it might show up different than what you thought it was going to look like. And believing and receiving, I believe it all takes place in your heart, like I said. So really get into your heart space. Take a deep breath and feel into the sensation of the having whatever it is you desire. On this Sun trine Jupiter. This is a harvest month. This September month, we're in Virgo season, and Virgo reaps rewards through the harvest. Virgo is all about that. It's like Virgo always reminds me of the farmer who reaps what it sows. And we've been sowing seeds all year long. And now it is time to reap the rewards of the seeds of intention we've been planting on all these new moons. So what will you harvest this month, and how will it show up? And just allow it to become effortless. Simply ask, believe, and receive. And do you know the story of Bridget Saint Bridget and her magic cloak. I love this story. I just want to share this story because Jupiter is seen as that king who grants wishes, but you have to know what you want. And I'm especially talking to the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. It's really time to figure out what you want and how can you ask for it. And I'm also reading Amanda Palmer's book. I've read it before, but it's called Asking for Help. That is an excellent book. If you have a hard time asking for what you want or asking for help, Amanda Palmer's Ask for Help. But I digress, because what I really want to talk about is this story of Saint Bridget and her magic cloak. And Saint Bridget wanted to ask the king for land so that she could have a monastery, a spiritual monastery to help people. And she went to the king very diligently and said, I want, 40 acres so I can make a monastery. And the king said, no way, you're crazy. I'm not giving you 40 acres. And so she went home a little bit defeated, but she gathered together with her sisters, her spiritual sisters, her women in community, her women's circle, and they prayed for a solution and how could they manifest this land for the monastery. And then they came up with this magic cloak. It was Spirit spoke to them. And this month is a time when I really do believe we can channel the voices of our ancestors, the voices of Spirit, get guidance from above, ask God, whatever it is for you, pray about it, because that's something I talk about in the 9-star key astrology for September. This is a 1 water star, which is the star that can channel divine messages. So Saint Bridget was channeling divine messages that told her her cloak could become a magic cloak. And she went back to the king and stood before him wearing this green cloak with her 4 sisters with her, these spiritual sisters. And she asked the king, dear king, may I please just have enough land the size of my cloak so that I may build a monastery. And the king said, just the size of your cloak? Sure, of course you can have enough land to cover your cloak. That's a tiny cloak. And then in that moment, the 4 women she was with, they all took 4 corners of her cloak, and they walked in the 4 directions. They started out in the east, and then they went to the south, and then they went to the west, and then they went to the north. And they just all spread out in the 4 directions outwards until they had fully covered 40 acres of land. And the king was blown away by this act that he believed was a blessing from God, because this was surely some kind of alchemical magic that she could have this cloak that could stretch out for 40 acres wide. And so he granted her wish. He granted her ask. She had to figure out another way to ask. And isn't that like life? You ask for something, maybe you don't get it. Maybe it's a no. But you don't give up. You try again. And that is what this Sun trine Jupiter is saying. Ask for what you want. Ask for the financial support. If you get a no, ask again. Ask and pray and ask Source and ask Spirit and figure out how to make it happen. And the king was so blown away with Saint Bridget that he became one of her biggest patrons. And he was always donating food and money and anything she needed. She really got the blessing of the king forever after. I remember Jupiter being that king who bestows wishes. You can imagine this story is very much like Saint Bridget going before Jupiter, the king, to ask for land. And maybe you don't get it the first time you ask, but you keep asking, you keep trying to figure out how to manifest what it is you desire. And this, on September 8th, Sun trine Jupiter is your best chance at manifesting all that you desire this month. And I find the best way to manifest is getting really grateful for having it even before you have it. And again, this is kind of like I talked about in my last video, my Mercury trine Jupiter. It's almost like you're telling a little fib, but you're just saying, I am so grateful to be completely financially supported. I am so grateful for this financial windfall that allows me to pay off all my debts. I am so grateful to be able to purchase this home. But really say it more in a past tense. I am so grateful that I bought a home. Even if you haven't bought a home, you say thank you as if you have it. It's stepping into your power of having the thing that you want to manifest. So what is it you want to manifest? And can you just affirm it in gratitude as if you already have it? I am so grateful that I won the lottery. Just kidding. I'm always joking about winning the lottery. I don't really care about winning the lottery. I have already won the jackpot with my life, I do believe. Having work that I love and a family and I own a home and all the good things. I am so grateful for it, but I manifested it by giving thanks for it before it was even here. I am so grateful that I found a house where I live that is affordable because whew, right after we bought our houses skyrocketed. So I'm very thankful that I manifested and called that in. And just think of that one thing, again, just focusing in on one thing that you really want to manifest and just give thanks. Thank you, Spirit, for always providing for me in every way that I could possibly need. And I give thanks for all that I do have right now. My beautiful home, my pets, my family, my car, my job, all of the abundance and the resources and food that I need. I am so supported and taken care of. And thank you for more than enough always is coming in. And thank you for all the ways that you support me, dear universe. You've always got my back. I always receive what I need in divine timing. And just play around with it. I know that my gratitude gives way for even more abundance to show up for me. And so I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. Give thanks every day. Start a gratitude journal. This is something I've been doing for probably 10 years. I truly believe in the gratitude journal. If you can say 3 things every day that you're grateful for, you will have more to be grateful for. I guarantee you. And also check out this recording that we just did. It's called Making Money While You Sleep. And I anchored distance Reiki to the image of roses. We put all these roses in that video. And I have actually been listening to it. I got my husband to read it because I wanted to write my own manifestation meditation, but I wanted to listen to it, and who likes to listen to their own voice? Not me. So I made my husband read it because he has a very soothing, he's a teacher and he reads so soothing and so beautiful. So I've been listening to this for almost 21 days, and every time I see roses, I manifest money unexpectedly. Something comes through, and it is amazing. I totally believe in it. I would love for you to listen. It's because it is Reiki infused with distance Reiki symbols. That is why it takes 21 days to activate the abundance, because it has to do with Mikao Usui, who meditated on Reiki for 21 days. So whenever we do these Reiki infusions, it really takes 21 days to kick in. But after the 21st day, things start happening. The money just shows up, especially every time you see a rose. So this would be a really good thing to start for this Sun trine Jupiter transit, this lucky transit, our best opportunity to manifest and harvest all that we desire on this September, Sun trine Jupiter, September 9th. I wish you all the luck in the world. May good things find you, and stay tuned for next time. Thank you.